What up? So, a bit of a off top of the head type video. I do have a concept and a whole deck built. A script just didn't feel right for this one. This feels like a very me thing that I just kind of want to talk about, nerd out over a little bit, genuinely ask you guys what you guys think of the idea, if there's any kind of grounds for us, maybe as a community, pursuing this design space a little bit further. So the other day I was watching a video, and I hate that I can't reference who it was. It was about plug and play video games. I know I'll find it in post, so right up there. There you go. And I remember having the SpongeBob one, like specifically. I was like, loved that game. And I try to like apply magic to things I look at or watch and like try to get ideas off that. So I'm laying in bed and I'm like, plug and play with magic. Is that a thing in magic? And I'm like, yeah, that's a pre-con. That's just what a pre-con is. It's like you buy it, you come home, open it, and it just works. You can play it right there. You don't need anything else extra. So my stream of thought kind of ended there. And I was like, nothing there, we already have it. But then I kind of thought of the concept of plug and play in the sense of magic should be more of like plugging cards into a deck that once you do that, then it runs. There still has to be a plugging in, you know what I mean? With pre-cons, you kind of just buy them and open them. So I would consider this type of deck I'm going to talk about today a plug and play, or another term I'm kind of messing around with is a slot and play deck. And we will get into what that means, but I really do think that we have something kind of cool here, and I'm interested in what your guys' take is on it. So as always, thank you guys for clicking the video, and if you would like to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, that's always appreciated. But with that, let's hop into it. So a big reason I end up making a lot of the videos I make is because of timing. I'll have multiple different things that I'm working on, or a couple different things that'll just line up too perfectly for me to not be like, okay, let's make a video about it. So I had been thinking about plug and play video games, kind of made this correlation to like a plug and play or like a slot and play commander deck. So I kind of already had that seed planted, back of my mind, wrote it down in a note. Cut to a couple days later, we're looking for interesting commanders for some future lists. I have a folder full of commander deck ideas. So every now and then I'll go back on Scryfall, look through all the legendaries and be like, oh, that's another idea. Throw it in the thing. I had 4 decks ready for a video that you guys are going to get here in probably the next couple weeks, I would assume. But on that list of 4 decks, one of the commanders was Sean and Rebecca Agents, who is 1, a green, a white, and a blue for a 4/4 vigilance. When Sean and Rebecca enter the battlefield, you can search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Animus and put it into your hand. Oh, put it onto the battlefield. Yeah, very good. Then shuffle. You can also tap it to add 1 waste, and then when you do this, mill 2 cards. The Animus being 2 colorless for a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Oh, sorry, from a graveyard. These cards just keep getting better. Tap it. Until your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of another creature exiled with the Animus with a memory counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. Making the first deck list, second deck list, third deck list. I get to her. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is like a choose your own commander deck. So immediately took her off that video, put another deck on there that's very cool, and decided to make this video because she is a perfect example of a design space that I think Wizards could utilize to make a new product that could be very interesting for a specific type of player that they might be missing out on. Such a cool design space. Just the commander alone, I really like. It was definitely something that I had missed because I don't really like Assassin's Creed that much. Really cool commander. So let's talk about the main idea here. I think there could be a product that Wizards could make, and at least could be a series of videos I could make if you guys are interested, where they build a deck and then they leave 15 cards open in that deck. So it's an 85 card commander deck with a commander, and then it recommends you putting in 15 of a type of card. So, for example, with this deck, it is an 85 card deck. I have the whole deck on Moxfield. I'll put it on screen right now. I've got the mana ramp, boom. I've got the card draw. I've got the board wipes. I've got removal, plus plenty of ways to put all the legendaries you want in your graveyard. What you'll notice is the deck is only 85 cards, and it's missing those legendaries you'd want to make copies of. All your favorite legendaries. If you want to take a token route with this, you can put in all the token commanders. All your favorite token commanders in Bant can slot into here, and now you have this cool Sean and Rebecca token legendary deck. You could slot in all your favorite dragon legendaries that interact with each other, and you've got a Sean, Rebecca, Bant dragon list, which is super cool. It's also a really, really cool idea for gameplay videos, like for something like Game Nights or this channel when we start doing gameplay, as you could have all 4 players have the same 85, and then see how these 4 decks that are 15 cards different perform so drastically different than each other. This would, of course, open up Wizards to like a super cool design space, I feel, where commanders could take on a whole new approach of being a commander built around being a little bit more open, being a little bit more creative, being a little bit more up for interpretation without that interpretation being such a heavy burden on some deck creatives. Because some people that create decks, honestly, it's a lot. It's an overburden. What I've heard from a lot of people that have tried to get into Magic that aren't that into it is it's very confusing to build a deck. And then when you just build someone else's deck, you just feel like you're playing someone else's deck. So that's kind of that gray area I was referring to, is you have these people that net deck. You have these people that buy precons, and you have these people like me that just love building their own decks. But there is this fourth category that I think goes overlooked, of these people that want nothing more than to express themselves, but it becomes overwhelming to a certain point, and no number of deck guides on YouTube is really going to help them get past that. Some people, it's just a lot. It's a lot of information to be looking at. So to have that shell, to have that skeleton of a deck ready, and then have 15 cards out of it, and be like, hey, this is an enchantment commander, and it's missing 15 things. It has all the benefits for playing enchantments. It has ways to get enchantments into your hand. It has an awesome commander that's based around enchantments, but it's missing 15 cards. The deck is asking of the player, the person that's buying this, hey, put your 15 favorite enchantments in here. Token list, put your 15 favorite token creators in here. Spellslinger list, put your 15 favorite instants and sorceries in this list. And I guarantee you that that will spark a creativity in some people that will be enough of a bridge for that gap that they had of the overstimulation. There's just too much information, that they will naturally progress to the next stage of deck building. They will play that deck and they'll be like, I love that I can play these 15 of my favorite enchantments. The shell is great. The skeleton works, but that Harrow's a little slow. I played that a few times, and I kind of feel like a 2-drop mana rock might be a little bit better to get my command. Boom. There you go, dude. You've made that you've bridged that connection that before was just too difficult with how much information the game provides. Assassin plug and play decks. Hey, put 15 of your favorite assassin cards in here. You could see how this goes on. I think it's a really cool design space. I think this really could get a lot of people into the game and scratch that, not even scratch, wake up that part of their brain that really is passionate about deck building. Because I think adding those 15 that signifies who they are to the deck list might make them be like, maybe they want to throw in a 16th or 17th or an 18th. And then it's, hey, let's play test this a little bit. Let's see what we can cut for those 3 more cards. And cutting 15 enchantments out of the enchantment precon, 15 elves out of the elf precon, will drastically cut the price of that precon. There'll be like a $15, $20 thing that you can buy and then throw your 15 favorite cards into it. Boom. You've got your own personal deck that you just bought 5 minutes ago. My challenge for you is to, if you're not already, join the Discord. It's in the comments and the description. I would like you guys to head over to Moxfield and make a Sean and Rebecca agents list. I have this list down in the description, completely ready with 85 cards. Copy that list, paste it onto yours, and then add your 15 legendaries to it and submit it to the Discord under the deck building tab with the hashtag plug and play. And if we get enough of them, we're going to be doing a future video kind of going over some of your guys' coolest builds with this. If you guys like this concept, please give it a like and share. Maybe give it a share to some people at Wizards on social media. I'm not super well versed in all that other stuff. I pretty much just do YouTube. If you have any commanders you think would be perfect plug and play commanders that already exist, please drop them down below. Mentioning the Discord, there's a custom cards tab on that Discord. So if you want to make some custom cards, if you want to make some like custom commanders that you think would make really good plug and play commanders, please do that and post them over there. Those will definitely make it into that video as well. If you want to give a like, share, comment, do all that stuff, really helps the channel out a ton. We're trying to hit 10K by the end of the year. We're averaging 900 subscribers every 20 days. Nuts. So if you want to show a little bit of additional support, like all the people over my blurry mug right now, you can head over to the Patreon that is on screen, patreon.com/NixLotus, or down in the description and in the comments. And with that, guys, I'm Nix Lotus, and I'll see you guys next time.